We've known Tim Walz for less than a week, and we've already found out he let rioters burn down cities, lied about his military service, crushed small businesses, and turned Minnesota into a child sex change sanctuary. But that's not it. Tonight, we're dropping another Walz bombshell. As governor, Walz let a gang of politically connected Somali fraudsters steal $250 million of your money. It was the single biggest COVID scam in American history. During the pandemic, the government was giving out money left and right. A nonprofit in Minnesota, Feeding Our Future, got $250 million to send food to needy kids. Sounds good, right? Here's the problem. Almost none of it was used for food. The Somali scammers blew our cash on real estate, cars, extravagant get trips. We have wire transfers that show thousands going to car dealerships. $160,000 went to some company in China. And $500,000 was sent to Kenya to buy an apartment. A $500,000 apartment in Kenya is probably a palace. But our tax dollars weren't just used on goodies. The politicians got a taste too. Ilhan Omar got thousands of dollars in donations from some of the scammers. These guys weren't criminal masterminds. It was sloppy. When they cooked the books, they made up names of their fake clients. They came up with these names. Are you ready? Unique Problem, Friday Donations. How'd nobody catch that? Well, early on, Walz's administration thought it looked a little suspicious, so they froze the funds. Then the Somalis sued and called Walz racist, so he kept letting them steal. They didn't bother to crack into the bank accounts or issue subpoenas. Walz just put his hands in the air and said, I'm not racist. Take whatever you want. Minnesota has a huge Somali population. You can't get called racist and expect to win another election there. Walz even gave one of the fraudsters the Minnesota Outstanding Refugee Award. 3 years later, she was indicted. No thanks to Walz, the feds came in after her, ignored the problem for years. During the trial, the Somalis tracked down a juror and dropped off a Hallmark bag on their doorstep, filled with 120 G's, and a little note saying there's more to come if she acquits. This all happened under Walz's nose. He had every chance to stop it and failed. Just like he failed to protect his city during the riots, and just like he failed his unit when he retired before deployment. This is the guy Kamala Harris chose as her number 2. Donna Bergstrom ran against Walz for lieutenant governor in 2018. Donna, how did he win after all of this stuff is coming out about him? This, and this. How is this possible?
It is astonishing, isn't it? And thank you for having me here, Jesse. This is really a pleasure. I'm so happy that people are finally bringing this out about our governor. We've known about this for a long time. And one of the things that's truly astonishing about this is not just the numbers and the level of the fraud, but actually that he takes no responsibility for it. There hasn't been anybody that's been removed or put on administrative leave so that they can look into these issues. And this is just really the tip of the iceberg. There's Medicare fraud, there was daycare fraud, there was an autism support fraud, there was workers' compensation pay fraud. So, you know, his middle name must be fraud, because here we see it over and over again. And it's truly astonishing.
So Tim, under Tim's nose, these Somali identity pirates scammed $250 million. They caught them, and then he got called racist, so he backed off, and then didn't fire anybody. Never fired a single person for getting ripped off more than any other state in the country during COVID?
That's my understanding of it, and that's what I believe is his stance, is that he did nothing wrong, and that you'll see his pattern over and over. He'll point to somebody else and put the blame on somebody else. So it fits his pattern, and I saw it in 2018 as well. He just has this pattern of appeasing whoever he's talking to, whatever audience he's with. So he'd come up here to Northeast Minnesota. I'm in Duluth right now, but he'd come up to Northeast Minnesota with a mining T-shirt and then go down to the metro area, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and he'd have an anti-mining t-shirt on. So it fits this pattern that he's going to just do or say whatever he has to do to keep himself in power, keep himself elected, not really take responsibility for good government at all.
Yeah, he wears a lot of costumes. We're figuring that out. Sonny, thank you so much.
Astonishing. Astonishing. Appease. Appease. Acquit. Acquit. Indict. Indict. Fraudster. Fraudster. Extravagant. Extravagant. Subpoena. Subpoena. It's astonishing how such a politician can speak differently to different people and change their words to suit any situation. The manager tried to appease the angry customers with discounts and apologies. The jury decided to acquit the defendant due to insufficient evidence. The grand jury voted to indict the executive for embezzlement. The fraudster was finally caught after months of investigation. The billionaire's extravagant lifestyle included a private island and multiple luxury cars. The lawyer issued a subpoena for the witness to testify in court.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.